Picture this. A woman walks into a restaurant. She's 62. No filter, no agenda. She hasn't even reached her table yet, and already, 3 men have looked up from their conversations. Not because of her outfit, not because of her jewelry, because of something they cannot explain, something invisible. Something that hit them before she even said a word. That something is what we are talking about today. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is and exactly how to make it yours. Welcome to Crowned in Elegance, the channel built for women who refuse to be invisible. Women who know with absolute certainty that their best chapter is not behind them. It is happening right now. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button before we go any further, because every single week we bring you content that celebrates who you are at this stage of life. And trust me, you do not want to miss what is coming next. Now, let us get into it. 10 perfumes, 10 invisible weapons, and one of them belongs to you. But before I name a single perfume, I need to tell you something that most fragrance videos will never say. Something that changes everything. After 60, your skin chemistry shifts. Your natural oils change. Your pH level changes. And because of that, perfume behaves completely differently on your skin than it does on a younger woman's. Here is what that actually means for you. Sharp top notes that might have smelled too loud in your 30s soften. Harsh edges smooth out. Bold base notes, the ones that linger, deepen into something almost velvety on your skin. Hormonal changes, especially after menopause, also mean your skin tends to be drier, and drier skin absorbs fragrance faster, which is why the right perfume for a woman over 60 must have rich, deep base notes. Notes like sandalwood, amber, musk, and vanilla. These are the notes that cling beautifully to mature skin and last from morning all the way through to the last conversation of the evening. Here is the part that most women never realize. A fragrance that smelled ordinary on a 25-year-old can become extraordinary on you. Your body does not just wear the perfume, it transforms it. It makes it warmer, richer, more layered, and more personal than it ever could have been on younger skin. And here is why men notice. When a man encounters a woman over 60 wearing the right perfume, he is not just smelling a scent. He is feeling something. Scent connects directly to the part of the brain that controls emotion and memory. So what he experiences is not a smell. It is warmth, depth, confidence. A quiet, magnetic pull he cannot explain and cannot ignore. The notes that produce this response, consistently, are amber, soft musk, vanilla, warm sandalwood, and florals layered over a deep, warm base. That is the science. Now let us talk about the 10 perfumes that use it perfectly. We start at number 10 with a fragrance that lives up to its name in every possible way. Estée Lauder Beautiful. This fragrance was created in 1985, and it was designed to celebrate love. Not just romantic love, but love of life. Love of who you have become. Love of every season that shaped you into the woman you are now. It opens with rose, lily of the valley, and tuberose. Fresh, clean florals that feel like they were cut from a real garden, not manufactured in a lab. The heart deepens into carnation and marigold, and then the base settles into sandalwood and vetiver, a quiet, woody warmth that holds everything together without ever trying to dominate. On mature skin, the woody base notes do something extraordinary. They glow. They give the florals a fullness, a warmth that younger skin simply cannot produce. The result is a fragrance that smells balanced, grounded, and genuinely romantic, without being naive or girlish. Women who wear beautiful often say they feel held when they put it on, like the fragrance is quietly reminding them that they are enough, exactly as they are. Men feel that energy too. There is an openness to it, a warmth, a sincerity. And real sincerity is one of the most irresistible things in the world. Top notes: rose, lily of the valley, tuberose heart notes, carnation, marigold base notes, sandalwood, vetiver best, 4, Sunday brunch, family gatherings, afternoon outings, price range, mid-range, widely available, excellent entry point. Beautiful is for the woman who still sees beauty in everything. Not blindly, wisely, with eyes wide open and a heart that refuses to close. Number 9 is a love letter, literally. Lancôme Trésor. Trésor means treasure in French. And whoever named this perfume understood something profound. because wearing it feels like being reminded that you are the treasure. Not the person searching for one. You. It opens with apricot and peach, soft and dewy, like the first bite of summer fruit. It transitions into a romantic heart of rose and heliotrope, delicate but layered with real warmth. And the base, vanilla, amber, and creamy sandalwood, wraps around your skin like cashmere. On a woman in her 60s, Trésor deepens beautifully. The fruity opening softens quickly, letting the floral and creamy base take center stage. It becomes intimate, personal, the kind of scent that only works properly once it has truly merged with your skin. People describe Trésor as comforting, familiar, but never boring, warm but never heavy, and men are drawn to it for exactly that reason. It feels like being near someone you already trust, already know, already want to stay close to. It is not seduction through mystery. It is seduction through warmth. And sometimes warmth is the boldest move of all. Top notes: apricot, peach heart notes, rose, heliotrope base notes, vanilla, amber, sandalwood. Best for date nights, dinner parties, fall and winter evenings. Price range: mid to luxury. Available in gift sets with lotion for better layering. Trésor is for the woman who gives love generously, who shows up fully, who has stopped waiting and started living. Number 8 is unlike anything else on this list, and that is exactly the point. Clinique Aromatics Elixir. This is the fragrance people either love immediately or need time to understand. And once they do, they never go back. It has an earthy, herbal depth that feels genuinely sophisticated. It is not sweet. It is not fruity. It is simply, unmistakably itself. There is something almost like a walk through a rain-soaked garden in this scent. A blend of rose, ylang-ylang, chamomile, and oak moss that feels closer to nature than to a traditional perfume counter. It stands apart from every other fragrance on this list, which is exactly why the women who wear it tend to wear nothing else. Aromatics Elixir becomes part of your identity, rather than just another bottle on the shelf. When someone associates this scent with you specifically, they notice immediately on the rare occasion you wear something different. That is the mark of a true signature scent. Top notes: rose, ylang-ylang heart notes, chamomile, orris root base notes, oak moss, vetiver, patchouli best, for museums, cultural events, solo days, occasions where you want to feel entirely like yourself. Price range: affordable to mid-range, one of the best-kept secrets in women's fragrance. Aromatics Elixir is for the woman who has stopped trying to please everyone and started curating her life with intention. She is interesting, layered, and completely her own. Number 7 is lighter, fresher, and quietly, powerfully sophisticated. Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede. This fragrance does not try to be grand or ancient or iconic. It simply arrives, confident and clean, and makes you feel like today is going to be a good day. Because it is. It opens with a crisp flash of red apple, just a breath of freshness, before it softens into the heart of the fragrance. Peony petals, romantic and light, like holding a handful of spring. And then something unexpected happens. The Blush Suede arrives. Smooth, powdery, warm. A texture rather than a scent. And that contrast between fresh floral and soft suede warmth is what makes this perfume so quietly sophisticated. On mature skin, Peony and Blush Suede sits close to the body rather than projecting loudly. It creates intimacy rather than a room-filling presence. When someone leans in to speak to you and catches this fragrance, something shifts. They want to stay in that conversation longer. They are not entirely sure why, but you know why. Top notes: red apple heart notes, peony, rose base notes, suede, musk best for daytime lunches, spring and summer, vacations, everyday polish. Price range: luxury, available in travel sizes, as a beautiful way to try it first. Peony and Blush. Suede is for the woman who has discovered that softness is not weakness. That quiet confidence turns more heads than noise ever will. Number 6. Say this name slowly. Guerlain Shalimar. Even the name feels like an exhale. This fragrance was born in 1925, inspired by the legendary gardens of the Taj Mahal. The story of Emperor Shah Jahan and his beloved Mumtaz Mahal, a love so profound it built one of the 7 wonders of the world. And somehow, that depth found its way into a bottle. Shalimar opens with bergamot and a whisper of citrus. But almost immediately, it shifts into something warmer. Smoky incense rises. Then iris. Then the unmistakable creaminess of tonka bean and vanilla. And underneath it all, a deep, warm base that stays on your skin for the entire day, sometimes well into the next morning. On a woman in her 60s, Shalimar evolves with your body heat. In the morning, warm and soft. By afternoon, richer and deeper. By evening, settled into something almost smoky, intimate, and completely personal. No two women smell exactly the same wearing Shalimar. That is by design. Men who encounter a woman wearing Shalimar often struggle to describe what they are smelling. They just know they want to stay near it. It is one of those rare fragrances that does not say, "Look at me." It says, "Come closer." And there is nothing more powerful than a woman who does not chase. She simply attracts. Top notes: bergamot, lemon heart notes, iris, rose, jasmine base. Notes: vanilla, tonka bean, incense best. For evening events, dinner dates, cooler months, occasions where you want to leave a lasting impression. Price range: mid to luxury, worth every cent as an evening signature. Shalimar is for the woman who has loved deeply, lived fully, and still has fire in her eyes. We are halfway through, and I want to pause for just a moment. Because this is not really about perfume, is it? It is about you making a decision that you are still worth investing in. That your presence in a room is something worth crafting, worth honoring, worth celebrating. Some women reach 60 and quietly disappear. They fade, they shrink, they tell themselves that chapter is closed. But you are here, still curious, still investing in yourself. And that is, without question, the most attractive thing a woman can be at any age. Now let us keep going. Because the best picks are still ahead. Number 5. And even the name is a declaration. Dior, j'adore. I adore. Not I hope, not I wish, I adore. That confidence is woven into every single note of this fragrance. J'adore opens with ylang ylang, lush and solar, like summer distilled into one breath. It blooms into jasmine and damask rose, layers of floral that feel like silk rather than flowers. And the base, a quiet golden warmth, holds everything together without ever overpowering. What makes J'adore remarkable on a woman over 60 is how it wears. It does not cling. It floats. It creates an aura rather than a cloud. A soft, luminous trail that follows you without demanding to be noticed. On mature skin, the floral notes settle into something honeyed, rich without being heavy, warm without being sweet. Men notice J'adore because it is joyful. There is an ease to it, a lightness, a radiance. It smells like a woman who has made peace with herself and now simply lives from that place of quiet joy. And real, unperformed joy is magnetic in a way that no manufactured attention-seeking can compete with. Top notes: ylang ylang heart notes, jasmine, damask rose base notes, golden warmth, soft musk best for special occasions, spring and summer, any day you want to feel celebrated. Price range: luxury, a classic investment piece that belongs in every collection. J'adore is for the woman who has stopped apologizing for taking up space. She glows. Always and effortlessly. Number 4 is modern, bold, and completely unafraid. Yves Saint Laurent Libre. If the other fragrances on this list whisper, Libre speaks. Confidently, clearly, without apology. The name itself means freedom. And the fragrance delivers exactly that. Libre opens with lavender, but not in the way you might expect. This is lavender mixed with mandarin orange, bright and sparkling, modern and clean. The heart is built on jasmine and orange blossom, elegant and feminine, and the base settles into vanilla and amberwood, warm, smooth, deeply sensual. On mature skin, Libre does something few modern fragrances manage. It feels current without feeling trendy. It feels sophisticated without feeling stuffy. It wears with the same ease that you do now. The ease of a woman who has nothing left to prove and everything to enjoy. Men notice Libre because it projects confidence. Not aggression, not desperation, confidence. The kind that says she knows exactly who she is, and she is not waiting for anyone to validate it. Top notes: lavender, mandarin orange heart notes, jasmine, Orange blossom base, notes vanilla, amberwood, musk best, for work events, city outings, any occasion where you want to feel sharp, modern, and completely in command. Price range, luxury, a strong daytime to evening signature for the contemporary woman over 60. Libre is for the woman who woke up one morning, decided she was done shrinking, and never looked back. Number 3, and this one surprises everyone. Lancôme La Vie est Belle. The name means life is beautiful, and this fragrance makes you believe it every single time you put it on. Launched in 2012, it became a modern classic almost immediately, particularly among women who want something sweet and warm without sacrificing elegance. The iris in this fragrance is what separates it from every other gourmand scent on the market. It keeps everything grounded, sophisticated, and grown up, while the praline and vanilla underneath add that irresistible warmth. On mature skin, La Vie est Belle is genuinely stunning. The iris deepens. The vanilla softens. The praline adds a richness that younger skin cannot quite carry the same way. It becomes something warm and womanly and deeply personal. Women who wear this say people lean in. Strangers start conversations. There is something in the warmth of this fragrance that feels like an invitation. Come closer. Stay a while. This is a woman worth knowing. Top notes: blackcurrant, pear heart notes, iris, jasmine base notes, praline, vanilla, patchouli best. 4. Everyday elegance, fall and winter, any occasion where you want to feel warm and completely irresistible. Price range, mid to luxury, one of the most gifted perfumes in the United States, for good reason. La Vie est Belle is for the woman who has learned, after everything, that life actually is beautiful. And she wears that knowledge like a crown. Number 2, and this one is in a category entirely its own, Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. This fragrance does something remarkable. It feels simultaneously classic and modern, like something a woman has been wearing confidently for decades and something a woman is discovering for the very first time today. That balance is extraordinarily rare in fragrance, and it is why Coco Mademoiselle has never needed to reinvent itself. It opens with a bright burst of orange, fresh and sparkling. Then it moves into the heart, rose and jasmine, elegant and unmistakably feminine. And the base is where it earns its place on this list. Patchouli, vetiver, amber. Rich, warm, grounded, and completely unforgettable. On a woman over 60, the dry down of Coco Mademoiselle is the magic. The patchouli deepens without going dark. The amber warms without going heavy. It settles into your skin and becomes something that smells like you, on your very best day. Men do not just notice Coco Mademoiselle. They remember it. Days later, they catch something in the air and feel pulled back to the moment they were near it. That is not by accident. That is Chanel understanding exactly what it means to be a woman who is, at every age, completely captivating. Top notes: orange, bergamot heart notes, rose, jasmine, ylang ylang base notes, patchouli, vetiver, amber best. 4. Day to evening, year-round, virtually any occasion, the most versatile fragrance on this list. Price range, luxury, widely available and worth every dollar as a true signature investment. Coco Mademoiselle is for the woman who is strong, sensual, and has always known exactly what she wants. She just wears it more quietly now, and that quiet is what makes it electric. And number 1, there was never any doubt. Chanel number 5. Created over 100 years ago, this fragrance has never once needed to reinvent itself, because it got it right the first time. And when you understand what it actually smells like on the skin of a woman over 60, you will understand why it has survived every trend, every decade, and every generation. Chanel number 5 opens with neroli and ylang ylang, a brightness that catches you first. Then it gives way to the real heart. Rose and jasmine woven together so seamlessly you cannot tell where one ends and the other begins. Then the base settles in. Sandalwood, vanilla, a warm, powdery softness that lingers on the skin for hours. On mature skin, this dry down is the magic. The warmth of your body pulls out the depth in those base notes. It becomes less powdery, more velvet. Less perfume, more second skin, more you. Women who wear Chanel number 5 in their 60s are not wearing a classic. They are the classic. And men feel that. They may not recognize the fragrance by name, but they recognize the feeling it creates. Timeless, composed, effortlessly magnetic. Chanel No. 5 does not ask for attention. It simply receives it. Top notes: neroli, ylang ylang. Aldehydes heart notes: rose, jasmine, lily of the valley base. Notes: sandalwood, vanilla, vetiver, musk best for everything. Evening, afternoon, travel, special occasions, and ordinary Tuesdays when you want to feel extraordinary. Price range: luxury, the most iconic fragrance in history. A single bottle is one of the finest investments you will ever make in yourself. Chanel No. 5 is for the woman who has always known her worth. She just wears it differently now, more quietly, more powerfully, and with a certainty that has taken a lifetime to earn. Before we finish, 3 mistakes most women over 60 make with fragrance, and exactly how to avoid them. Mistake number 1: over-applying. Because mature skin is drier and absorbs fragrance faster, many women spray too much trying to compensate. 2 to 3 sprays maximum, always. Any more and you risk overwhelming the room rather than drawing people in. Mistake number 2: spraying only on wrists. The best pulse points for a woman over 60 are the base of the throat, the inner elbow, and the décolletage. These areas radiate the most body heat, which is exactly what activates and lifts a fragrance throughout the day. Mistake number 3: storing perfume in the bathroom. Heat, humidity, and sunlight are a fragrance's 3 worst enemies. Keep your bottles in a cool, dark drawer or a closet shelf. This one simple change alone can extend the life of a bottle by years. One more thing: season matters more than most women realize. In spring and summer, reach for your lighter, brighter fragrances. J'adore, Coco Mademoiselle, La Vie est Belle, Peony and Blush Suede. These florals and citrus-forward scents are lifted naturally by warm air and perform beautifully without becoming overwhelming. In fall and winter, your richer, warmer fragrances come alive. Shalimar, Trésor, Chanel No. 5, Libre. The cool air gives depth to those amber and vanilla bases in a way that warm weather simply cannot match. Wearing the right scent for the right season is the small detail that separates a woman who simply owns perfume from a woman who truly understands fragrance. Now here is how you choose your perfect fragrance from this list. Stop making decisions based on how something smells on a paper strip in a department store. That tells you almost nothing. Your skin is the canvas. Your chemistry is the art. Always spray a fragrance on your wrist and give it at least 30 minutes before you decide. Let it breathe. Let it bloom. Let it settle through its base notes. Because the first 5 minutes are just the introduction. The real fragrance, the one that stays, the one that people remember, that comes later. And ask yourself one question: when I wear this, do I feel more like myself or less? Because the right perfume does not change you. It reveals you. It pulls forward the part of you that has always been there. That grace, that warmth, that quiet power you have spent a lifetime building. The right fragrance simply makes it impossible to ignore. You are not past your prime. You are the prime. The version of you walking the world right now has more depth, more richness, more layered beauty than any earlier version ever could. And the right perfume, chosen with intention and worn with confidence, is the final note in a composition that has been building for decades. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which fragrance from today's list feels most like you. Not the one you think you should wear, the one that made you lean forward when I described it. The one that made you think, yes, that sounds like me. I read every single comment. And this community is full of women with extraordinary taste. I love hearing your stories. If this video added something to your day, hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. Every single week, right here on Crowned in Elegance, we celebrate the beauty, the elegance, and the absolute power of being a woman who knows exactly who she is. I will see you in the next one.